How's it hanging, Expressers? Welcome to Podcast X with your favourite co-host, James, and then there's the other guy, Bunny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Real nice, James.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah.
I'll tell you something, that doesn't feel so good from that side of things.
I know, right? Now you know what it feels like, bitch.
It's not going to stop me, though, is it? It's not going to stop me in the slightest. Still, every day I'll be doing that shit.
Well, that's good to know. So, today we have a number of topics, I assume, Bunny, right? Yeah, we do.
Nicely
okay,
done,
that's good.
James. Nicely done. You're
Yeah.
assuming we have a lot of topics.
I have a
Pay
story,
attention
and
to
you
the
have
man
topics.
behind the curtain, guys.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
All right, let's just go to your first topic.
Okay. I read a book yesterday entitled Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's a very interesting book. It's, well, I'm trying to think of what the subtitle was. I believe it's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, What the Wealthy Teach Their Children That the Middle and Lower Class Don't. It's supposed to be some, like, guide on how to get rich, basically. And it's actually very good. It's very good.
Really?
Yeah, it's globally renowned. It's really a really famous book.
Okay.
And it's basically, I'll give you the basic idea behind it. There's a gentleman who had two dads, not in a gay way. He just had his friend's dad and his dad, and they were both raising him. And one of them was rich, one of them was poor. So he got to see the mentality of two different classes while he was growing up. Take two different mediums of advice, and basically he decided to follow the rich dad's advice, and then he became rich himself. And this book is about what exactly the differences are between the middle class and lower class and the upper class. And to be honest, a lot of good points are brought up. A lot of good points. For example, if you're at school, they don't teach you about money. Money is it has this stigma attached to it. It's a bad thing. Money is the root of all evil, so we can't teach it in schools. But then it means that people leave school and they know absolutely nothing about finances, despite the fact that everyone at some point in their life has to be involved in finances, even if it's just paying bills.
Okay. And
he gave a load of secret tips that I'm not going to give away because I want to be rich and I want you to be poor.
Oh, just me specifically?
No, just only you.
Only me.
If, in fact, maybe if you just become extremely, extremely poor, that would be... Okay, yeah, now I've got a plan. Perfect.
All right. I don't like this plan. I don't like it. Anyway.
Don't worry, this plan's not going to happen. But the book is essentially about the mentality of people and stuff like that, which is why I thought it was pretty interesting. You should definitely look it up. Everyone should definitely look it up because it's a very, very interesting book. Very, very highly rated.
So I wonder, though, what's the difference in mentality then between upper, lower, and middle class?
Well, the way that he described it was that there was a number of different types of people. There are people who are in the lower class who spend money very quickly in an effort to look rich. So they buy nice things immediately on credit, or they take things out on contracts, or the middle class also get their mortgages and stuff like that. And basically what he was saying is everyone spends too much money on things that aren't going to make you more money. He says there's assets and liabilities. The upper class, the rich people, will always spend money on assets. Basically, they spend money on things that will make them more money. And then the other classes spend money on nice things. That's it. And then they go to work, they make someone else rich, and they do it every single day because that's what they've been brought up to do. And then they never take that step. They want a secure career, when really they should be looking for investing their money into things. But apparently that's too risky. The mentality behind it is, but you could lose all your money. Yeah, true, but at least you're not in the same dead-end job for the next 45 years.
That's very true. I want to call it eye-opening, but
You need to hear it from his perspective. What I just said isn't a smudge on what this man does.
Okay. So what's the name of the book again?
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
There we go. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Get rich quick, guys.
Yeah, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You should definitely look it up. I know they have the audiobook and Audible because I was going to buy it, but then I didn't. In the
Well,
end,
we will have the richest audience in the world. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I already gave you guys tips about gold and money and currency, and now
you're
this.
just the wealth of, of money.
We're just going to be ridiculous. Like, all
of
the
Yeah.
podcast X people are just going to be running the world in the next 5 years. It's crazy.
It's very true.
I'm looking forward to it. So, James, hate to put you on the spot, but I don't suppose you have a single fucking topic.
I have a story.
I thought you might. Okay.
You want to do the story now?
Well, maybe not. Okay, we'll save the story. I have another topic here if you're interested.
Yeah.
What the hell took you so long there?
It's, again, guys, daytime hours. Daytime.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even mention that. Yeah, for some reason, James must be banging some other girl later today that he's not going to call back or something. Because, again, I find myself here recording Podcast X, and it's a beautiful sunny day outside. There's kids playing in the park. I should be really enjoying the weather, but no, James wants me inside looking at this screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, but Saturday nights now, they have to go to another person.
Okay. Let's talk more about that.
We can't.
Let's talk more about that. That sounds like the exact kind of thing we need to talk about.
Oh, yeah, it really doesn't.
It does. I promise.
You've probably noticed the last few weeks, Saturday nights have not been the time that we've been able to record.
Yeah.
That's probably going to stay that way for a little while.
How long has this been occurring for?
More close to a month. Or...
Is that why you've been so hard to get a hold of? You used to be online all the time. And now, I don't see you online as much. Who is this that stole you from us? Who is it? I need to know so I can assassinate them.
I don't know what you want me to say here. I can't. I can't.
Okay, in that case, if you can't tell me who it is, tell me why you can't tell me who it is.
For the same reason, we don't necessarily give out our full names. I don't know why you seem so shocked about this.
It's because I have a sneaky suspicion you think I want her full name, address, and phone number. I don't even want her first name. I just want to know if it is in fact a her.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's it. That's all I need to know.
Oh, fuck.
Are you actually meeting this person physically, or are you Skyping this person?
Well, I haven't been online, so you can work that out for yourself.
So it's Skype. Been appearing offline, eh? Getting the video chat up, eh? A man after my own heart.
Oh.
Wait, what? Who said that?
I'm going quiet because I'm gonna have to create a fucking cloud of words here to hide behind. There's nothing I can say.
Okay, we'll move on, I guess. If you don't want to talk about the fun stuff, I suppose.
Jeez, if you're gonna ask me these things, ask me before or after I click go.
Hey, you always come out with some little revealing piece of information while we're recording.
I say this before and after, and you don't give a shit then. You only give a shit now, because now you're paying attention.
You this before. All you did was tell me you could hear voices in the background behind the microphone, humming, and then horror movie sounds when this room is silent.
That's
all that happened before this.
Guys, he's saying this, but I know, and I swear this to God, he was playing noises to try and mess with me.
Oh my God. Yeah, really?
Don't pull this card on me.
Really? You're trying this? You're trying this
I'm not crazy. I'm not the crazy one.
You're the one hearing voices. Not me.
That was totally... I know that you were doing it. It sounded too crisp and too added in for it to be just a random background noise. You are obviously playing noises, and I'm not falling for it.
Okay. Let's do this. So first, you said you heard voices. What did
Don't
the
fall
voices
for this,
say to you,
guys.
James?
Don't fall for
What
this,
did the
guys.
voices
Don't fall
say
for
to
his
you, James?
condescending tone.
James, what did the voices say to you? I need to know.
I don't know. It were very faint. I'd stop referring to them as the voices, but they were just. I just heard I just heard in general conversation going on from your end.
You didn't hear it from this end. The
I
room
did.
is still
I did.
silent. It's been silent the whole time.
Dude, I don't know if there's somebody talking somewhere else in your house. If there's a conversation going on between you and your fucking carpet. I heard a conversation.
And then we move on to what was the second thing you heard again? There was voices. Then there was humming. Yes, you heard humming.
That was dude, that was so clear. That was as clear as day. That was you. That was your humming.
Again, no. And then third, you heard horror movie noises. Explain
Not
what
horror.
those noises
I just heard like a metal shearing sound or something. That could have been something as simple as you adjusting your mic, but that was definitely a noise from your end.
So you heard 3 noises from my end.
Oh, don't play Mr. Smart Alec with me. I know it was you.
Oh my god. I honestly believe you're messing with me. I honestly believe you are messing with me. Let's move on before I start
I'm not the
throwing
one messing
elbows.
Mate. I know it was you.
Oh my god, James.
The minute I start to believe your end is the minute you're going to pull out this card from your ass and go, ha! You see, I was the smart one, blah, 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 blah. No, not happening.
Okay, don't let it happen.
I'm not.
That's it. Let's end the conversation. Because you're fucking with me. And I can tell you're fucking with me. Because you're so convincing. You're sitting here. You're blaming me for something that you heard on your end. I think you're crazy. I think you're insane. I think you're crazy. That's what it is.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Okay, that was a bit weird.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Finding
I
Nemo.
have something here I'd like to talk about if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So actually, funnily enough, you mentioned it. Well, not in this podcast. Before we were recording, I have had my back cut open a couple of times now, so that they can have a look at it.
By
And I have my
qualified people who do this, by the way, not just randomly.
Oh yeah, this isn't just a random stabbing in London. Mm-hmm.
That does happen a lot, by the way, actually. Whilst you're doing that, I need to quickly pull up a page I had about that.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Is it going to mess up your Skype, though? That's the thing.
No, I'm doing it on my phone.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, yeah, I have my surgery on the 3rd of March. That's when they actually full-on put me to sleep and cut a chunk out of my back. And I'm terrified. I am very scared. I've never been put to sleep before, and I imagine it's not the nicest thing in the world.
What was it like?
I haven't done it yet. It's on the 3rd of March.
Oh, so what did they do the first time? You have to lay that out for me.
Just basically, the very first time, they just looked at what was going on in my back. So, then they actually made an incision to have a deeper look. But then they just kind of dressed it. It was only a tiny little cut, so it was nothing really. But now they have to cut out a section. It's hard to explain. They have to cut out a section about the size of a Malteser from my back.
Okay.
And then just leave it.
What? Okay, so what's the process after they've cut it out? Does it just repair itself?
Apparently, but it stays as an open hole.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, right. So they're going to cut you open, take out an area the size of a Malteser, then just fuck off.
They're not even going to cut me open. So basically, what the problem was, there was a lump on my back. So the way they described it to me, and this is ridiculous in my head because these are doctors I'm talking to. The way they described it to me was that they need to cut out the lump, and because the lump is technically a cavity underneath my skin, it's like just an empty mass. They have to cut out the hole, like they have to cut out the lump to reveal the hole beneath. Then they have to cut out the skin around the hole to make the hole bigger, and then they just leave it.
Yeah. Wait, so they don't Hang on, they don't stitch it back up.
They do not stitch it back up.
So how big will the open hole just be then?
I think the open hole will be slightly bigger than a Malteser.
How can you just leave that?
I have no idea. When he said it to me, I was like, really?
That makes no sense.
Really?
I mean, I'm sure there's some method to it because they wouldn't do it otherwise, but
I think he's messing with me. I think he's just messing with me. He's like, yeah, we're going to put you to sleep, cut a big chunk out of your back, and then off you go. Oh, really? Oh, really, doctor? Is that... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was medicine. Like, how does that work? And apparently I'm going to need like 6 weeks off of work. 6 weeks.
Wow.
That's a long time to be sitting at home doing nothing.
Yeah. So, wait, you can't go to work in that time?
No.
Do you still get paid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it could be worse.
Oh, yeah, definitely could be worse. I could just not be paid.
Hey, we could just do loads and loads of podcast X's, you know?
We could.
Yeah.
We could. That may be, well, to be honest, YouTube is basically going to be taking up my entire life because it's going to be the only thing I can do.
What if we went up to 2 episodes a week?
Oh, my God.
For a while, you know? We're steaming through. We'll be in season 3 pretty quick.
I think I've had an idea.
Okay.
So we have Podcast X.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we should leave that as once a week.
Okay.
Twice a week might be too much, especially for the length they are. But I think we should introduce something called Podcast Extra.
Okay.
And from this, we can do whatever the hell we want. We can play games together. We can do anything.
I like that. I am quite into the whole gaming with you a bit. I think GTA could be quite good fun.
GTA could be good fun.
Do you remember the kind of banter we've had in it before?
Yes, I do, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think we should just become a hit squad. Me and you, ride and die.
Trying to take over the server.
Yeah, just killing everyone.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds great to me.
That actually sounds good. I'll warn you now, I'm only just unlocked sticky bombs. But that can be resolved.
You've only just unlocked sticky bombs.
Hey, I have
Get the
sticky
hell
bombs.
out of my house.
I have sticky bombs. That's
Yeah,
the
I
main point
suppose.
here, you know?
So that means we can attach them to our car,
Mm-hmm.
drive up to someone, jump out,
Yep.
and that's it.
Kaboom.
Job done.
Precisely. Yep.
I like it.
That's the thing
I
we
like
can do.
it a lot. See, this needs to be a thing.
Yeah,
So
do you
then
know
we
what? It'd
can
be good
add
as well if you had decent PC.
You see, oh, I need to talk to you about this as well.
Yeah, you seem to have forgot about the PC thing.
No, I didn't forget.
Oh.
Something has come up.
Ooh.
I had a guy from Apple come into the store where I work.
From Apple.
From
Oh,
Apple.
jeez.
Well, the
Don't
guy.
tell me he's convinced you to.
Maybe a little bit.
All right. Okay. Right. Slap yourself in the face.
Look, I'm undecided because all I hear is how amazing Final Cut Pro is. How it's literally what they use to make movies.
True and not true. What I edit Podcast X with is what they used to make some movies with.
What is that?
Adobe Premiere Pro.
How easy is it to use Adobe Premiere Pro?
It looks a lot more complicated than it is, but it's actually quite simple. I could take you through the basic stuff, cutting, editing, fades in, fades out, everything you need for a video in probably about 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
That video that you just watched before this,
Yeah.
Premiere Pro.
Hmm.
And I'll just let you know as well, like the shots, they seemed quite high quality, didn't they?
Definitely.
Premiere Pro lets you go through and really, like, you can edit the actual video image itself really, really in depth. So
Okay, that's good then. That's
yeah,
good.
so
Because
I was doing a lot of stuff with the contrast and brightness, and that's why it looks so kind of gritty. You know, that room where it says Cam 1 and stuff. Before editing, by the way, there was 3 people in that room.
Really?
Yeah, we pretty much had to edit out Cameron.
What?
But Cameron was in that room, and you didn't notice that he was edited out. So
Why was he in that room?
someone had to hold the camera.
But What?
Not the camera that you saw it from. There was 2 cameras going.
Ah, okay, I see. I'll need to watch that again. But yeah, okay.
But
Because I was.
but that's not the reason. The reason I think you should do this is for gaming. Okay, I want you to start doing some PC gaming, and I'm pretty sure your audience would want that as well. We want to see you playing Titanfall on PC.
Why the hell would I play Titanfall on PC when I can just play Titanfall on Xbox One?
All right, okay, look, Battlefield 4. Okay,
Again?
No, so much better on PC. This thing is optimized for PC. Don't you know that? You know that's an argument which is correct.
I know, but I'm also
There's
not the
plenty
biggest
of other
fan
games as well which are
Battlefield.
PC exclusives. You'll have Steam. You'll be able to actually do shit on a fast computer. Okay, but the reason
Steam is something that calls to me. I need Steam in my life,
Exactly.
and I need The Sims 4. When is The Sims 4 coming out?
I don't know, but the reason you should get a PC over a Mac is because the problem you're gonna have with Mac is when you go to pick up a game, you're gonna have to go, oh wait, is it compatible for Mac? 80% of the time, it's not gonna be.
That's not true.
That is so
That's
true.
simply
so
not
true.
That's not even slightly true.
Where is this argument coming
There's
from?
no way in hell that is true.
I challenge you. Go into your game, okay, and just see how many are compatible on Mac.
What game?
Any game.
Or any
Just
PC game?
Just go through.
Because I've got loads of them.
Just go through and look at all the PC games.
You're trying to tell me 80% of PC games don't work on a Mac? An Apple product?
I don't know what the percent, but it's, trust me, many...
close.
You know Cameron?
Yeah.
Cameron's got a Mac. And I swear to you, literally, there have been so many games that we wanted to play each other on, but we can't because it's not on Mac. Simple things like when he's trying to mod games. Modding stuff on a Mac is fucking impossible. I tell you what he's done is he's now put a thing on his Mac, which now means that he can open it through the Mac software or Windows.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how tired of it he got. I'm telling you, you should just go for a Windows. 1, you'll save money. You'll get more performance for your money. Guarantee you. 2, you can upgrade it as time goes. People say you can do that with it's crap. You can't actually do that with a Mac if you want Mac software is really good, but it's optimized for however you buy it. And when you start adding and changing parts, you mess with its brain a little bit.
That's the thing. I wouldn't really have to mess with the parts because the one I was going to get, to be fair, it was pretty expensive, but it was just the best Mac you can buy.
The Mac Pro.
Yeah, pretty much. 32 gigabytes of RAM.
That's like $2,000, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's closer to $3,000.
Dude, 1,200 quid. I could build you a Windows PC that will kick the ass out of it.
I don't know if that's true.
That is so. I can tell you right now, off the top of my head, Cameron's just about to buy this PC for about $2,000. Okay, it will have 64 gigabytes of RAM. It will have an Extreme Edition i7. It will have 2 terabytes of SSD. 2 terabytes of SSD, not hard drive, SSD.
What's the difference between hard drive and SSD?
A hard drive,
don't understand
a hard
it.
drive uses a spinning disk to save data. And let's say you wanted to boot up Windows, okay? Let's just say it's Windows 7, because I know how quick that is. On a HDD, that's going to take 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how good your PC is. On an SSD, 5 to 10 seconds. That's the difference of how quickly it reads data. If you're playing Battlefield 4 and you've got Battlefield 4 on your SSD as opposed to on a HDD, you will get more performance out of Battlefield 4 if it's on an SSD because it's reading data so much quicker. And also, there's no moving parts in SSD. SSD's all flash memory. Hard drive is writing and unwriting onto a disk. So, hard drives, they can get broken. If you accidentally kick your PC, the needle can scratch the disk. You can fuck it up. SSD, these things are really, really tough.
Okay.
He's also putting 2 Titan Black Editions in there. Guarantee you, your Mac Pro is nothing compared to the beast he's just about to build for under $2,000.
But viruses. There's going to be viruses all over the place.
Yeah.
And
No, there's not. There's not. Just I can tell. I know you've been talking to an Apple guy because they say apples can get viruses. I've seen it. I've seen and literally
but it's
on a
just
MacBook
much
Pro.
harder.
I don't know why you're so worried about viruses. Okay, I'm sat here with my thing now. I've got Norton 360 on here. That's been protecting me ever since I got the PC. I've never had a virus problem.
And how much did that cost?
How much did Norton cost? Free with the motherboard.
Free with the motherboard.
Yep.
That's random.
Most motherboards come with free Norton now. Or Kaspersky or whatever. They all come with something. They usually do anyway.
Okay, and what kind of PC case should I be getting then?
As in physically, what case should to the
Physically, housing.
Okay. Well, it depends what you're putting in it. How much space do you need? What size motherboard? Probably just the normal ATX chassis should do.
Will that allow flexibility to expand?
Yeah. It depends what you. I've got a normal ATX chassis, and I could fit another 2 graphics cards and then another 7 hard drives.
Holy shit. Okay. And also, is it a good idea to instead of you? Oh wait, no. I guess the SSD card would fix that problem, wouldn't it? I was going to say, would it be better to just use external hard drives?
No.
And never save anything to the PC?
No.
Would that be better
if you have
were
external
using a hard drive?
No, if you have external hard drives that are just permanently attached, all you've done is just slowed down the read and write rate of hard drives and changed where they are. You haven't changed anything. It'd be exactly the same as putting a hard drive on the inside of the case. Literally the only difference is the wire comes out the side of the case and goes to it on the outside. That's the only difference.
Makes sense. Does make sense. Okay.
I don't think you would regret going to PC. There'll be a time when you want to mod something or trust me, just go for PC.
Okay, I will. But it's just I've had such bad experiences with PC.
I know, and so did I with my old fucking Vista laptop. But I got honestly, a good PC will change your perspective on the world. It's amazing.
Okay.
Back me up, PC guys in the comments. And if you're a Mac guy, I'm sure you'll be rage typing by now because you feel upset that I've just downed whatever you got. Macs are very good at what they do. They don't do a huge much. You know, what did I just say? They don't do a huge amount in comparison to a PC. Don't even try to argue that case because a PC guy will swoop in and knock you off your stool. So,
God damn.
I just think, and Macs are built superbly as well, you know, and the PC is built as well as you put it together. But I've built 4 PCs by now. I could quite happily make sure that your PC's put together well.
How are you going to do that when you're going to live about 1 million miles away?
It depends. When are you getting this thing?
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, I'm not going till September, man.
Oh, right. That's fucking plenty of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gonna have to make some purchases. See, now this is silly because after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, buying a PC is the complete opposite of what he says to do.
Wait, he says don't buy a PC.
Well,
I'm starting to think you shouldn't listen to this guy.
He says don't buy. Oh God, what the hell is the word for it now? I studied business. Assets and something else. Basically, he says that if you're buying something that's not going to make you money, don't bother.
Well, there's always Express, so it's probably a better investment than you might be thinking. But
true, but I don't take money from Express, do I?
No, but I still think that you should definitely invest in a PC. I think in terms of the product you'll be producing for Express, in terms of videos, how quickly you connect to people, it'll be better. You know? I mean, I've had this with you before. Bunny, you coming online? Yeah, sure, I'll be on in about 10, 15 minutes. And that's just because that's just you winding up your computer with a bloody crank. Okay? For me,
Very true.
I mean, you've seen me close and open programs, and how long it takes me, like 5-10 seconds, doesn't it? And this thing is from the beginning of 2012. This thing's 2 years old now, you know, and it still runs a dream.
All right. You win.
All right. Good.
Now shut up.
Oh, I've made my point. I'm happy.
Should I provide another topic, or should we move on to your story?
We can go to my story for one. It's actually not a huge story, but it's and Callum found it interesting, so I thought maybe you guys will too.
Let's hear it. I'm excited.
Okay, so have you ever been just walking for a reasonably long time, and you just you zone out. You go into what I call third person mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know this. So it can be with any activity. It doesn't have to be walking, but you know you know how to do it. You're not really paying attention. You're turning left and right just because you know where to go, but you're not thinking about it. You're just kind of zoned out, watching yourself walk around, thinking about other shit.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that for probably about 20 minutes. So I had, mentally I was completely removed from the atmosphere I was in.
Okay.
The only part of me that was like relatively conscious to what I was doing was listening to the group of people in front of me. Now, this group of people, I could only describe them as chavs. That's what they were. They were chavs.
Okay.
There was probably about 5 or 6 of them, and I'm going to put their age around 18, 19. Now, all I could hear was that there was, I think, 2 girls, 3 guys. I'm sure that was about that sort of ratio of guys to girls. And one of the girls was talking about how she's pregnant for the 4th or 5th time.
Holy shit.
And everyone up till now, her parents have forced her to have an abortion, but they can't force her not to have one this time because, this is what she wants to do, blah, blah, blah. Now, have your own opinions on abortion, whatever. She's a dodgy person. I don't want her reproducing on my planet. I don't think that's a thing anybody wants. Trust me, you only have to hear the way she talks to know this. And so, in my head, I'm thinking, God, I just don't reproduce. Just don't. In my head. Now, the problem is occasionally I think things, and then I kind of see the words leave my mouth. And
you did not.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What happened was, so I was thinking, in my head, that's what I was thinking. And they kind of, I guess they got to where they were going. They kind of turned off right and just stopped walking to let me go past for a second. Okay. And they were talking, and she's like, yeah, my mum, she just doesn't get me. I don't know why she won't just let me have a baby. And she was saying these things. And I was removed from the atmosphere. I forgot where I was. I forgot who they were. I was zoned out. So without thinking about it, I turned right, and I walked up to her. I was only like 2 steps away, so I took a step towards her. I pointed at her, and I went with a completely neutral and serious face. I went, cut out your uterus. And
then, my God.
And I was I wasn't thinking. I was just doing things. And then
so much worse.
And then as I said it, I zoned back in, and then I just kind of watched these like 4 or 5 faces turn in on me, and then I thought, oh shit. I was like, this is where I get stabbed and die. Oh fuck. Yeah. And I don't think they understood what I said. That's the honest truth. I don't think they really knew what it was I was saying.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I mean, if I'd said, don't have babies, you slut, I'm pretty sure she would have got that. But it's because, I don't know, maybe uterus was too fancy of a word for him. But I said, cut out your uterus. And they just kind of looked at me. One of the bigger lads, he walked up to me and he went, you what, mate? Are you being serious with us? And then I don't think he understood what I was saying either, but either way, I don't think he liked the fact that I just kind of budged in.
To them.
Yeah. So at this point, I was like, if this had been like another confrontation where there was to and from a smack, then yeah, I would have stood my ground. But no, this was, I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that, I was zoned out. It was late. I just want to get home. And I said this thing. And as he did this, and I was like, think fast. Now, you remember before when we were talking about the whole, what would you do if you get mugged? Remember that?
You fucked them up, basically.
No.
How many of them did you?
No. There was, I'm going to say it was about 3 or 4 guys. I think it was 3. So this is what I did, because I had to think fast, and I was like, this shouldn't be a fight, because you got to be realistic. Probably not going to go very well. So, remember when we were talking about what would you do if you got mugged, and I was talking about the whole go crazy thing?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. What happened?
So I just kind of turned around slowly with my eyes really wide open, and I was like, okay, And I don't want to say I didn't run away. I kind of took really wide strides like a cowboy, you know? So as in
Like
not...
you just shat yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I kind of did the chicken arm thing, like you do in the chicken dance, but just with one arm. I kind of hobbled away, giggling to myself. And this was the only... in my head, that was like the only suitable option. Because, I'll be honest, like, I didn't really have a leg to stand on. That whole situation was pretty much my own fault.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. That was, I shouldn't have done it. I feel bad, because I feel like that was an extreme thing to say. But at the same time, I kind of meant it, you know?
That... Most definitely a James moment. Most definitely a James moment. That was an accurate representation of exactly what a James moment is. Who else on the planet does that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do you mean? You see a bunch of chaps walking down the street talking about abortions and shit, and fifth pregnancy when they're God knows how old, 18, 19, and you decide to tell this woman to cut out her uterus.
Yeah.
See, if it was me, and he'd gone, you what, mate? I'd have been like, I said, have you got a spare cigarette? Does any of you smoke or anything? I'd have just played it off. But to be fair, that situation wouldn't have happened in the beginning because I'm not a James. I can think things and not say them. The worst thing is, it's not like you just blurted it out while you were walking past. You pointed at her.
Yeah, that's...
You cut out your uterus. Slut.
It's just the fact that I didn't say slut, but it's the fact that I zoned out, you know? I wasn't paying attention to where I was, and I just kind of did it, and then realised.
Simply not an excuse. Simply not an excuse. Jesus Christ.
It's not like I went up to bloody Prince Kate and did it, is it? Princess Kate and did it, is it?
You're on a roll today. It doesn't make a difference who it is. It's the fact that you said it. In fact, the fact that it's chavs is worse. Because chavs will fight you. It's just one of their, pastimes. It's what they do in their spare time. They have fun, they fight, they have sex. That's it. That's their
yes, your video on chavs. That was a
nutshell.
brilliant video, by the way.
All right. Yeah. See, I still maintain the same mentality. So it's just... If I see chavs...
If anybody hasn't seen Bunny's chav video, by the way, pretty much the consensus of it was, chavs, why are they so different? Why did it, all the time, the reason they're not successful because there's too much drugs and too much of the poontang.
Exactly. It ends up there is such a thing as too much of the poontang.
Yeah.
But only if you're a chav. If you're a chav, one session of poontang is too much poontang.
Wow.
Because there is a risk of reproduction.
Yeah. Yep. True.
And also, someone commented on that video saying, I'm a chav.
Yeah, I saw that guy. I checked his channel out. That was a bit odd.
I'm pretty certain he didn't understand. Because I gave my dictionary definition of what I think a chav is. And there's no way anyone would admit to being what I described.
No. Did you check out his channel?
I didn't, actually. I didn't.
Oh, I did. Yeah, no, he talks like one, dresses like one, but he's not.
Yeah. See, I try.
Chavs don't upload to YouTube.
Yeah, that's the thing. I almost didn't upload that chav video purely because it did sound very harsh. And
no, the idea of a chav is it's supposed to be negative.
Yeah,
it's not like you went black people are bad. That's a group of people. Chavs is quite simply a label which you give to people which which you think are the lesser of society.
Yeah.
Due to pretty much their own, their own calls as well, mostly.
Yeah. And I mean, everything I said in that video was based around the people that I think are chavs.
Mm-hmm.
Not based around what other people might think are chavs. That's why I gave my definition of what it was.
I'd say you got it spot on.
I was hoping so, but I didn't want to, because people can consider themselves chavs, but they can't consider themselves what I was saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Basically.
So, I've got some interesting London statistics here.
Awesome.
So, there's 251 deaths in London every day. Now, It sounds like a big number when you think about it, but there's a lot of people in London.
Yeah, of course.
You know, was there 9 million close to?
Yeah, I think it's around that now.
Yeah, which by the
Shit,
way,
I remember when it was 7.
yeah. And I was curious to know how many of them were people getting stabbed. So it seems to be on the average day in London, there's 5 to 10 stabbings.
Are you for real?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, I don't know what they're classing as stabbings.
What? I'm pretty sure I can
you know,
guess
like,
what they're classing as stabbings.
Well, no, is that somebody getting killed by it? I suppose it must be.
That's a murder. A stab. You can get stabbed and survive. In fact,
Yeah, I know
it's
that,
more
but
than
here's the
likely
no, but it doesn't make sense though, because the first stat is 251 people die in London every day.
Yep.
5 to 10 of them.
Oh.
Okay, no, that's not the wrong one. 5 to 10 of them is the wrong one. I've lost it. I'm scrolling down. There's like 29 different ones here.
Holy shit, this could be interesting. I want to hear some of these. But
well, a lot of them are natural causes. I'll say that the majority of them are actually just people dying because it's their time to die. But say naturally, like disease and
then
like
traffic accidents.
Sorry,
as well.
Yeah, the 5 to 10 one, the 5 to 10 one are people dying from a certain type of cancer. I think it's liver cancer.
That's
liver cancer.
a shame.
Man, this must be a really morbid job to collect these statistics. Where is it?
Yeah,
I can't find it anymore. Oh, the stabbing one. It was at 5:15 or something like that. But yeah, that's a lot.
But wait, so I'm confused now. I'm guessing it's not deaths.
I'm guessing they must be though, because they all add up to the 251 people that die in London every day.
James, mate, there's no way 5 to 10 people are stabbed to death every day in London.
I wouldn't. You got to remember, 9 million people is a lot of people. The grand scheme of things, that's not a huge amount of people.
5 to 10 people are stabbed to death every day.
5 of them are child stabbings.
5 of them are what?
5 a day are child stabbings.
Child stabbings?
Mm-hmm.
As in children being stabbed or children doing the stabbing?
Just says child stabbings.
Yeah, see, that I can see. I'm actually surprised it's not more, because that'd
be anybody under 16 though, wouldn't it?
Be anyone under 18, surely.
No, I don't think so. I think no.
But
there's another one here which says over 16s arrested and stuff. So I imagine 16 is what they're using.
Bit weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, I'm not surprised by that, because that was around the age when stabbing was cool.
I'm around that age, and stabbing's not cool.
You don't live in London, my friend.
No, I don't. And this little fact sheet here is why I never will.
What else have they got? How many shootings? Does that come up?
I think it was, actually. I think it was.
Imagine it must.
Let's just ask it, actually, because I want to go to a different source, because it's always good to have a variety.
Of course.
How many shootings in London every year?
It can't be that bad.
No, it's not going to be that bad. So how many a year? How much gun crime or people being killed by guns?
Either? I don't know.
123 shootings, but I don't think any of them were deaths.
123 shootings a year.
Yeah.
That's like 1 every 3 days. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Why don't I ever see any of this shit?
I just want to let's Google it for somewhere where guns are legal.
New York, my friend.
New York? Are guns legal in New York? I swear they're not.
Guns are legal in New York. You for real?
Gun crime in New York.
Yeah, boy.
If you don't know, by the way, I'm talking to the phone to get it to search stuff.
Wait, so that was a voice search?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay. New York, 2012. Total property crime, 1,722.
That's property crime, though.
Reported crimes per 100,000 population. That can't be. That's not gun though, is it? I don't know what it is for guns. God damn it. Oh no, I can just tell that there's going to be some defensive American in the comments right now. Guns save people, they don't kill them. I guarantee I'm going to see something along those lines.
Someone might, and they are entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't take a very smart man to realize that having guns as a legal thing in your country is going to lead to more gun crime.
Yeah, but
It's
then
just a matter of
they pull out
fact.
the argument that, you know, when people don't have guns, they'll just do it with knives. And I suppose that's true to a certain extent, but you know, if I wanted to go kill a bunch of people, I'm not going to get very far with a knife.
Yeah, exactly. I've mentioned this before. There's very few mass murders in England because it's extremely
The last
difficult.
guy was Raoul Moat, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was. And he actually had a gun as well. That's what I mean. All of our mass murders are, well, most of them, I don't want to knock the doctor's approach, but most of our mass murders are actually with guns anyway.
Yeah.
And the simple fact of the matter is, if you give everyone guns, more people are going to commit gun crime. It's just...
Yeah. I think, and the logic behind it is a lot of people saying, oh, if somebody's going to go do some mass shooting or something, you know, they can go and they can get a gun and do all that. And yeah, in the UK, you could go get a gun. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but effectively, I could do something along those lines. But the thing is, if somebody's going to go crazy and do something like that, if they have a gun immediately accessible, and it's just...
Oh, yeah.
I imagine those people who go and they shoot up a school, I don't think it's a pre-planned thing. I think they lose their shit, and they do it there and then.
I was going to say the exact same
They turn
thing.
right, they see a fucking gun there, do not, fuck it, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah. It's very difficult to stay at that level of angry for that amount of time. I mean, in England at least. So if you're angry enough to go on a mass killing, in England, the amount of time it takes you to find a gun, you'll have calmed down.
Probably.
Definitely. 100%.
Yeah. I'm not saying it can't be done, because it has been done, but I mean,
course.
Raoul Moat didn't take out a school of children, you know. I think he killed 3 or 4 police officers. It wasn't a huge amount. That's a mass killing in the UK.
3 or 4 is a pretty... it's pretty big for here.
Yeah, it might be more than that. I'm not sure, but it definitely wasn't over like 15 or anything like that.
Oh, no, definitely.
In the end, he shot himself, and he was surrounded. And a lot of people saying the police don't have guns in the UK. The police have guns in the UK when they need guns.
Yeah. We have armored police.
Yeah, so, you know, that's the thing. And that's an interesting question in itself, actually. Do you believe that policemen in the UK should have firearms?
I think the way that it is now is perfect.
I like the way it is now as well.
Because police don't need guns unless someone else has a gun.
If you go to areas of high risk, like airports, I think some underground tube stations, things like that, there will be armoured police, and, you know, it's reasonable to have them in those places. But the type of police officer who's going to come to my house and do a checkup for the local area and stuff, see how everybody's doing, I don't want that guy to have a gun. Not really.
Never.
I don't feel it's necessary. I feel like he's a much more friendly face without it. I feel like it's much harder for things to go wrong if there's less guns in the situation.
Yeah.
And this whole bad guys will get guns if they want them type argument, true some of the time, not true most of the time. Because guns in the UK is illegal, it seems like a much less okay thing to most people.
Yeah.
You know? Like, in the US, having a gun isn't a big thing, but in the UK, if you know somebody with a gun, that's a big thing. You know, that's like, this is, I mean, that's a serious, you know, if he hasn't got a legal, that's a serious crime this guy's doing. Just stay away from him, you know? Whereas in the US, if you've got a gun, it's just a thing.
Basically, if someone here has a gun, they're a very dangerous person without the gun.
Yeah.
If they are able, first of all, to get a gun illegally, and second of all, to actually carry it with the intention of using it at some point, which I assume is why you get a gun, they're already a very dangerous person.
Yeah. Deepest apologies. I've just been called. I need to quickly answer this. If it's an interesting call, I will bring it on.
Awesome.
But it's probably not.
Who is it?
I don't know, actually.
All right. Why don't you call me on Skype anymore? But yeah, I mean, guys, the guns thing, it's like I don't even like saying that America's making a mistake when it comes to making guns legal, because it's too late now. They're already legal. People have their guns and people want to protect their right to have the guns. But you have to understand that having guns in the country is obviously going to cause more gun crime. If you look at the statistics for the amount of police officers who are killed by guns, it's a lot higher. In fact, if you look at the statistics for the amount of police officers killed in general, it's ridiculously higher than in England. And now, obviously, you have the argument of, but guns also defend people. They do, but if the main people, the police officers who are trained to use the guns to defend people are still being killed by them, I think that's kind of, in my opinion at least, that's kind of counterintuitive. It's counterproductive. You're giving these guys guns to defend the people of your country, but making guns legal for everyone so that the attacking part is just that much easier. Because here, the only time you ever see police with guns is if there's a threat of terrorism, or if someone has a gun, or even if someone has a knife. A police officer won't bring a gun. they just won't do it. There's no such thing as reasonable force really here. It exists, it's a thing, but it doesn't happen. There's no need to use reasonable force here because the police officers tend to base their skills around talking. The main thing you learn, because I've done some training with police officers before, the main thing you learn is how to talk yourself out of a situation rather than actually forcefully do it. Whereas the main thing that American police officers learn is the laws that allow them to shoot someone, how to safely shoot someone, etc., etc. Obviously, they get the same training of talking people down and stuff like that, but because they have that training, as soon as some adrenaline flows or a little bit of fear or they feel threatened, they have something there that can kill a person. So, I don't think in those high-stress situations, a gun is the best idea to be introduced. Because, I mean, look at the English, please. We have guns, we do, for the occasion, the correct occasion. And the exact same with the people here. It is legal to have a gun here if you have a correct license and you have a real reason for having one. You can't just go out and buy a gun and keep it in the house for the crack. That's not a thing. If you go hunting, you can have a gun. If you own a farm, you can obviously own a gun if you need to put down animals or anything like that. Really, outside of that, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. There's no other people who have guns. So most of the shootings that do happen tend to happen in villages where, it's very agricultural and stuff like that, because that's where the guns tend to be. Anyone who has a gun without a license, however, I'm sure there's people here. In fact, I know there's people here in London who do have guns. There's people here in my area who have guns, but I've never seen it. I've heard stories, but I've never seen it myself. And I don't think I will ever see a gun, an illegal gun at least. I'll never feel threatened by someone who has a gun in my entire life. And that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And I've mentioned this part before as well. I feel like when you're in a confrontation with someone, because it does happen. I mean, I don't like it happening. I don't like being in a confrontation with someone, but it does happen. Whenever that does happen here, I feel completely comfortable knowing that I am safe. We might get into a fight. He might even have a knife in the most extreme cases. But as soon as I see a knife, I'm gone. I am out of there. I can run like a bullet when it comes to someone having a knife. So I'll run very fast. When it comes to a gun, you can't run away from a gun. The bullet it's going to be faster than you are. So I feel like there's more of a mutual respect between people here in the UK just because they know that if it came down to a fight, it would just be a fight. Someone wins, someone loses, bruises, cuts maybe, that's it. Whereas in America, I feel like I wouldn't be able to defend myself verbally because I would have this fear that someone would have a gun, a device purely designed to kill me. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this. I am kind of torn. I mean, I'd like to at least fire a gun in my life, just because I think they're amazing machines that do amazing things. But I don't like the idea behind them. I don't like what those amazing things create, what they cause, which is essentially death. Um, but yeah, I guess that's kind of my opinion on it. There's not really any weapons we can really have here. I mean, like, I know I heard recently, I think it was in a podcast, that like in America, you could literally carry a machete around and you wouldn't really get any trouble from it. You know, you might get a stern warning or something like that, but that'd be it. You carry a machete around here, you're going to prison. Simple as, you are going to prison. I have a samurai sword right here in my room that is never going to leave this house. Ever. In fact, I don't even know if it's legal for me to have this samurai sword in this house. But it's here. You know, it's here. And to be honest, it hasn't come out of its sheath in like 2 years, and it's just really decorational. I bought it from Ireland. Actually, put it in my suitcase to bring it back on the plane, which we thought was going to be a bit dodgy, but it went through all right. And I'm not even sure if that's legal. I have a pair of nunchucks here as well, and I'm pretty sure they're not legal. I have no idea. I have no idea what is and isn't legal. I'm pretty sure when I was a kid, having a knife beyond 3 inches in length was illegal. I know today still having a lock knife where if you open it up, it locks into place. That's still illegal. And I think the main idea behind that is a knife that locks when it opens is designed to kill people. It's designed to stab people. That's what they're designed for. A knife that doesn't lock when it opens is designed for like camping and stuff like that, to cut stuff, because you don't need to worry about it closing back in on your hand because you're doing a sawing motion. Whereas if you try and use a knife that doesn't, why the hell am I giving lessons? Okay, I'm just trying to explain this. If you try and use a knife that doesn't lock into place when you open it and you try and stab someone, there's a chance that because you're holding the handle, the knife could fold back in and cut your fingers off. So those lock knives are designed specifically to kill people. I think there's a similar law in America. But yeah, those are illegal here. There's not much in the way of weaponry that is legal. You know, and I personally think that's a good thing. I can walk the street and feel safe. I don't know. I'd love to know what the American perspective is on it, because I imagine living there, you don't feel like you're in trouble when you're walking around. You don't look at people and think, oh God, they could have a gun, because you're so used to it. But that's what I'd be thinking. So I've seen too many videos where two guys start a fight. They punch each other a little bit. One of them falls to the floor. He's lost the fight, so he stands up and pulls out a gun and shoots the other guy. So I can't be dealing with that. I can't be dealing with that. It's like a get out of jail free
Wow,
card.
have you just gun ranting the whole time?
Yeah, I was. You just left, my friend. What was I supposed to?
I'm sorry. That was the weirdest phone call in the world. That was a call from my grandmother asking for a link to Podcast X.
Oh shit! You didn't give it to her, did you?
No.
Good.
I don't know what. I think she's expecting some sort of. I never told her about it, so that must have been the mother telling her about it. And I think she expects some sort of Radio 4 Chris Moyles type deal. So. I'll be honest. I don't know what to. How do you tell your grandmother no? How do you do that?
Just say to her it's
This is what I did. I took the cards out. I put the phone down. Didn't say anything. Made her think it had just lost connection. So she.
Wow.
I didn't know what to say. But I mean, I'm gonna have to think of what I will say, obviously. But no, she's not getting that.
I'd basically just tell her the truth. Just say it's not very appropriate. I'll be honest. We cover some controversial topics.
Yeah.
Although I don't think we're that bad, but we are. We're definitely grandmother bad.
Look, this isn't the sort of thing you show to your parents.
No.
Yes, they know of it. I don't let them listen to it. You know, I have friends, and I don't mind them listening to it. You know, this is the side of me which friends know.
Yeah, of course.
But this comes back to that kind of dual personality thing we're talking about. You know, it's not you changing who you are. That's just you're a different person around different people. You know.
Definitely.
Have you know, if you think back to when you lived with your parents, if you ever had mates around or whatever, you know, you talk to them differently when your parents are there, usually, for most people anyway. Mm-hmm. And then when they walk out the room, you kind of go back to your natural state and do whatever. But grandparents, goddamn.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and she said, "Oh, I've got Jono here. She can you just give us the link to your thingy so we can?" I'm like, I don't even remember Jono. This is a man I haven't seen since I was 5, and he's gonna pull this thing up, and the first thing he's gonna hear is, "Would you rather get a blowjob from a piranha or a hand job from Freddy Krueger?" So, nope,
Very
you're not
good
getting
point.
it. You're not getting it.
Very good point. Oh god, that was a terrible episode. I
really
wonder if
enjoyed
there's
it.
any episodes we've had that your grandmother could safely listen to.
No.
I don't think there is. I don't think there's a
literally
single one where
not
we've been just
one.
decent the whole episode.
Yep, there just isn't one. I'm sorry, there's just not one. Maybe what I'll do is I'll edit together like a PG version.
Which will be 3 minutes long.
Yeah, maybe after this we'll just record like our own little 20-minute one, and we'll start off and we'll go, "Hey kids, it's the James and Money Show," and we'll just, we'll talk about counting and triangles and money and things like that, and then maybe I'll link into that. Maybe that's what I have to do, but
It may have to happen.
it may do, and we may just actually put it out to the public for you guys to see and laugh to anyway.
Yeah. Why not? Can't go wrong. Let me ask you a question, Mr. James.
Go for it.
Is there any particular company at the moment that you are a big fan of? Or brand, anything?
I feel like I should quickly say something on the gun thing.
Oh, yes, definitely. Sorry,
Karen.
Karen.
Because my feeling with the gun thing is I like the way it is now in the UK. I don't want guns to be mass legalized. I mean, we own guns legally, and I've got no problem because you have to go through very strenuous, I don't know what to call them, procedures to get it. We once a month we have a guy who comes around. He checks the safe. He makes sure that they're kept in a safe environment. Whenever you transport them from county to county, you have to inform the police. Blah blah blah. So yes, it's a very.
This is not happening. 1 second, my friend. But carry on talking. I can hear you.
I apologize for this for us going and coming back and stuff, guys. But that's what it is. What it is with the US in the moment, I believe the system they got is the one which they're going to have to stick with in the US. It was part of your constitution. Therefore, I think it's something that is it's American tradition almost. It's something which you guys have had for so long. To you guys, it is not a privilege; it's a right. So, that's just what it is to the US. And I think it would be absurd for anybody to try and change that because it's such a strong part of your history and your tradition now that I just don't think anybody could change it to the way it is in the UK now. But I think I like the way it is in the UK, and I think the US, if you guys are happy with it, then that's the way it should stay.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree. I said something very similar.
Oh, did you? Okay, good.
I said, personally, I think that the system we have here is safer, but it's far too late to change things now in America. People are fond of their guns. They like having them for defense purposes. It makes them feel safe. And if you take their guns away, they're not going to feel safe anymore. It's too late to change it now.
Yeah, very true. Okay, what was your question, Money? I forgot.
Is there any particular company at the moment that you're a big fan of?
I like Sony. Big fan of Sony. With their new 4K cameras and stuff they're coming out with. Big fan of that.
Have you seen the GoPro 4K camera?
Yeah. Yeah, Cameron might be getting one, which is cool, because that means if he gets one, I get to use it occasionally.
I'm getting one as well.
Yeah. Are you? Really?
Yeah, boy.
GoPros are really good. Really, really good. Really, really, really good. And I really like the extremely wide perspective they do as well. That's great.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. Makes it really look first person when you're trying to get those shots. So, yeah. Great camera, the GoPro. Great camera. Would never use the audio from it, but it's a great camera.
Is the audio not good, no?
Not with the case on, no.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Why particularly Sony? Is it just the cameras, or?
I happen to have a Sony camera in front of me, I guess. Yeah, I like Sony in general.
So do I, really. To be honest, so do I.
I don't know. When I see a product that's Sony, one of the first things that comes into my mind is it's going to work well. It's going to be a stable product. It's going to be reliable, and it's going to be built nicely.
Definitely.
But anybody I'm
Sony-
particularly impressed with at this exact moment, no. I'll be honest. I'm just waiting for the next big thing, I guess. Whatever that may be.
Hold on a second. What brand is your phone?
HTC.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
Oh, what, the 3D and stuff.
No. I mean, that explains why you didn't mention HTC. Because HTC is a terrible company.
No, they're not. I love my phone. My phone's
No, to be honest, they're not really a terrible company.
they're pretty good. The
Yeah, I like
HTC
them.
One, awesome phone.
Do you know what HTC stands for?
What?
No, I was asking. Do you know?
No.
I did at one point. Now I can't remember.
Awesome. Well, I have the HTC Evo 3D, and it's awesome. I'm going to actually take photos in 3D and view them on the screen in 3D without glasses. It's really nice. I like it. It's a good party
Which
trick.
is crazy, by
Yeah.
the way. Especially considering how old is that phone?
2011. 3 years.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And it works very, very well. It's not like a Gucci, glitzy sort of 3D. It works well. It's awesome. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, buddy.
I guess. And did you have a point to that topic?
It was a simple question, James.
Okay. I was just wondering if you had an answer.
let me- I would say probably at the moment it would be Samsung.
Really?
Yeah, just because I just got my phone with them, and my
Oh,
God, is it a nice phone?
what phone have you got?
Samsung Galaxy Note 3.
Oh, I did see your Facebook post on that. Yeah, that's a nice little phone, that. Well, not little.
No, it's fucking huge. But
I'd
it's,
quite like a bigger. I mean, I have a big phone, by like most people's things. It's bigger than an iPhone and stuff. But I'd like a phone that is a bit bigger because I can still, imagine this screen slightly bigger than an iPhone screen. I can still go from corner to corner with one hand, one thumb.
Oh yeah, I
quite-
cannot do that.
Quite simply, I've got big hands, and a bigger phone would be very nice. Make it a lot easier to text.
Get the Samsung Galaxy Note 3.
Yeah, how big is the screen?
Oh shit, that's a good question.
Well, what do you reckon? It's bigger than 4 inches, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Normal phones are 4 inches.
A
It's
measurement
gotta be
you're
like
very
6.
acquainted with.
Yeah, it is very, very acquainted.
It must be a good 5 or 6 at least.
I think it must be 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to be 6. It's a big phone,
Okay.
but yeah, it's powerful. Never fails. Great camera. The software's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, Android. I don't know why anyone buys anything but Android.
Yeah.
If
Android's
you're buying an
taking over slowly
iPhone,
now. I think
it's
there's a lot more Android out there now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's just the best software to have by a million miles.
Yeah.
If you're buying an Apple product, you have no idea what you're missing out on. If you buy a Windows phone, same thing. You have no idea what you're missing out on. You can do anything with the Android software. I literally downloaded a Sega Mega Drive ROM, like a Sega Mega Drive emulator and a bunch of ROMs. Now I can play any Sega Mega Drive game in the world for free on my phone.
Really? That's actually pretty cool.
You try and do that with an iPhone, it's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
They're so arsy about copyright and shit like that. They don't even let people make the apps. They make companies make the apps.
Yeah. I tell you what as well, yeah, I have a friend who made an Android app just on the weekend. Solves quadratic equations. He's a smart guy. Yeah. What was I gonna say?
Is it Walter? It's
No,
Walter, isn't it?
It's not Walter, no.
It should be Walter.
It should be. Get on that, Walter. Not for quadratic equations, that he could be doing stuff worth a lot more time than that.
True, like saving the world or something. you know.
Probably.
Did you hear about the time that Walter actually flew around the Earth, reversing its rotation and turned back time?
Yeah, I remember that, actually.
Mm.
I remember that. Yeah. No, we had a crowd on our street ready to watch that.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It was pretty good. Do you remember as well when he stopped the Eiffel Tower from falling over?
I do
Yeah.
remember that. Do you remember when the leaning tower of Pisa was actually just the Tower of Pisa, and then he got mad and punched it?
Wasn't it? Was it he punched it? Or I thought he just sneezed really hard.
Oh, it could have been a sneeze.
Yeah, I heard the
actually.
pollen was high. The pollen was pretty high that day.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it could have been that.
Yeah,
It
man,
could
that
have
was a
been
dark day.
I don't even know if Walter experiences anger. I don't know if that's a thing.
No, I'm not sure he does. It's just it's a deep passion.
It's just bravery
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you have a new topic?
I have something for you.
Ooh, I like presents.
It's not a present.
Well, that's just okay.
It's a mini quiz, let's say.
Oh shit.
Don't worry, it's YouTube related, and it's pretty easy. But I'd like to offer you something.
Okay.
Let me see.
Is it money?
It could be money.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
It might just be free shit.
You're offering me this?
Yeah.
God
Yeah,
damn.
there's a prize.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 answers that you need to get.
Oh my.
You get them all, you get a prize that I'm not decided on yet.
Fuck
We might
me.
let the audience
I
decide.
just don't think I'm gonna get all of them.
I'll give you an example of what the question's going to be like. Essentially, what this is called is community. This is the community game. What I'm going to do is name a community, a YouTube community, and you have to tell me which YouTuber that particular community belongs to.
I haven't got a fucking chance. I haven't got a. Oh.
I think there's one in here you might not get.
I will definitely get bunny boilers.
Fuck.
I knew it was. I said,
Okay,
don't
so we
remove
have
it. Don't.
6.
Don't.
We have 6.
I just knew that could only have been in there.
All right, we'll start with that one.
All right.
Now, I'm going to give you a time limit, actually.
All right. A time limit.
Of course.
So I'll time it if you want.
Yeah, bollocks.
It's kind of like the quiz of old. We would bring them back, by the way, guys, if we could get people to come on. But like I said, times we record it, whatever.
Yeah, it's been a bit
difficult.
weird, the timetable lately. But we will have more people on. Let me just see. Clock. Aha, here we go. So you're going to have 40 seconds. I'll give you an extra 10.
All right. Okay.
It should be reasonably easy. Okay? Tell me when you are ready. All I'm going to do is just name the community and you name the YouTuber. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
All right. So the example for this, well, there's 2 examples now, you son of a bitch. So this is an example question. We haven't started the time. The Expressors.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Do you even know the answer?
Yes. Express Network.
Okay, good. So you're getting the hang of it. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, your time starts now. Bunny Boilers.
Bunny Tears Online.
The Bros.
PewDiePie.
The Goats.
Oh fuck. Come back to it.
Team Game Attack.
Woody's Game Attack. I'm Team Game Attack.
The A-Team.
Oh my god. This is a YouTuber?
Yeah. Also a streamer. We can come back to it.
Come back.
The Procrastinators.
Nerdcube.
Indeed. The Nation.
Philip DeFranco.
Indeed. And you had the Goats and the A-Team. The time stopped.
Fuck.
I'll give you one guess for each. The Goats and the A-Team.
I just don't think I've heard of them.
Oh, you've heard of the Goats.
Oh god. Oh Jesus. The Goats. Is that? No. It's okay. I'll try and guess the A-Team. Is that? No. Okay, it's not that. What?
I'm
What?
receiving a.
Don't tell me those noises aren't coming from you, you son of a bitch.
It's a phone. Give me a sec. 1 sec.
Oh, guys, help me out here. I've got no idea. The A-Team, fuck me. Face? No, that's not a YouTube channel. That's from the A-Team. The A-Team. Let me think. Who would have something to do with A? Fuck, I don't know. The Goats. That's a pretty random one, but I feel like that's going to be a big one. Oh. No. No. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. No. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a screw up. I'm sorry. Anybody who knows this is going to be upset with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. By the way, as you were going along with that, put in your own score. What did you get for that? To the one person who made it this far. We've had a lot of phone calls this episode. I sincerely apologise for that. It's because we're recording in the day now, when people actually make phone calls. You know? Anyway. I guess this is just you and me. Together. Forever. Actually, that's a good question for you guys. So, obviously, my grandmother called me asking for a link to podcast deck. She was refused said link. What is the one thing about you which you would not want your grandparents to know? Comment down below, let me know. Be quite interested. Just think, what other than podcast decks would I not want them to know? I suppose, just in general, you know, you talk to people differently, you know, depending on who it is you're talking to. So there's a lot about her I don't want her to know, you know. Wow. Well, that got deep, didn't it? Yep. Okay. So, I mean, I'm lost here. I'll be honest with you guys. You know. Bunny's my savior. He's my Jesus Christ. That's what he is. I'll just edit this bit out.
Sorry.
Well, maybe I won't, because you're already back. Hello.
Hello.
Was that your grandparent asking for a link to podcast next?
It was not, actually.
No. Well, no. See, why are my phone calls interesting?
What?
At least I get interesting phone calls.
Well, if you really want to know who it was?
Yeah.
You sure?
No.
I mean, you sure?
Yeah, go on. Tell me.
You sure?
So it was Rito. Fuck Rito.
It wasn't Rito. Don't worry. Although, he has been sending me texts saying how smelly you are and shit. That's not true.
I hope Rito's a big guy. I hear he is.
Oh,
actually,
he is.
He's a big guy, isn't he?
He's a very big guy.
How big is he?
Well, he weighs 16, 17 stone.
Fuck me.
Yeah, he's big.
In what dimension?
He used to be really, really fat. And then he kind of just started working out a lot. And now he's somewhere between an absolute monster, muscle-wise, and a kind of chubby guy. He's in between.
Yeah, I think I know that sort of. Yeah, okay. How tall is he then? How tall is he? Because if you say like 5'7", then my god, that's not a healthy picture.
He's like 5'9".
Whoa! God damn!
Yeah, he's not that tall.
You Londoners are all... That's actually something I noticed, is when you go into big city areas, people just tend to be a bit smaller.
Are you sure you're not just seeing more people? And assuming that because you're seeing more people in a limited amount of time, you're only noticing the short ones, really?
It's possible, but I also wasn't noticing many tall people.
That's because you wouldn't, really.
When I was in year 10, so second to last year of secondary school, high school for you guys, we did a trip to a inner London school called Swanley. When I was in Swanley, at the time I was 14, 15, and I was a fucking giant. I was 5'10", 5'11" at that time. I was fucking huge, mate. And there were kids there who were, 16, 17. And I dwarfed most of them. It was like, this isn't right. Yeah. The reason we went to Swanley was because it was like a trip to become more multicultural.
Okay.
Because there's like if you don't know, there's like 98% something other than white English population in a lot of inner city London schools.
It makes sense.
So and for my school, it's the reverse. If that makes sense. I live much more rural area, so it's it's just an experience, isn't it? It's something you're not used to.
Yeah, seeing other cultures, etc., etc. It's something I'm extremely used to, but I understand.
Yeah, well, I'm not. So to us, it was a huge change. It's.
Mm.
It was.
It was like going to a different country, I imagine.
Yeah, it's just kind of scary, and people have their own opinions on that as well, I bet. But yeah, it was a very different place. Yeah.
You make it sound bad.
It's unusual. It's unusual to go to a school where the primary language is not the primary language of the country it's in.
Yeah, I'm not used to that much.
Yeah, I think this must definitely be one of the more extreme versions, but we kind of got there, and the minibus and stuff had spray paint on it. It got like all of it had spray paint on it. I think they had stopped trying to clean it off eventually because there was just no point. Their school field was probably about an acre.
Wow.
An acre of grass, that is.
Of course.
And it's just surrounded by tower blocks, and I'm just saying we have 20 acres of field at my school, so.
Yeah. See, we
have a big J track outside, and muggers and tennis courts, and
we had about an acre as well. But the good thing is, I
have more than that in garden. So to me, it felt very enclosed, and this comes back to that thing about me saying I feel very claustrophobic in cities. To you, I could hear in your voice it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, it didn't make. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, look at my Skype profile picture.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's where I live. Yeah, I mean, do you see any neighbors? Nope.
Although we did have our school had a sick grounds. It was only an acre, but literally, it was right next to Twickenham Rugby Stadium.
Right.
As in, literally, there was a fence between us and Twickenham Rugby Stadium. So it was a nice environment. It made you push harder when you're playing rugby.
Okay.
You sound confused.
It's an acre, man. How can you play rugby on an acre?
I don't know what kind of rugby you play. The rugby I play just goes on a normal-sized rugby field. We don't play
That's more than an acre.
14-acre games.
That's
of
more
rugby.
than an acre, though, isn't it? A single rugby pitch, isn't it?
No way.
I'm just thinking, dude. You wouldn't have to do much to kick the ball outside of that area and have to go over a fence to get it back. I guarantee you. If it's only an acre.
Maybe it was, I don't know, 3 acres. Look, I live in London. I don't even know what acre means.
Yeah.
I just made an educated guess.
Okay, you see my Skype profile picture?
Let me have a second look. Yeah.
The distance, so you can see that my house is quite a distance away in that picture.
Yeah.
Between me and the house.
Mm-hmm.
There is 4 acres between us, 4 or 5 acres between us.
Okay, maybe it was 3 acres
between the house and me.
What is the exact measurement of an acre?
I don't know. For me, I just know an acre because if I look outside, the field which we have is 11. So that's how I know. I just divide it by 10, and then I know I've got just a bit more than an acre.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's true. You know what an acre is because you've experienced more than one before.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
There isn't 1 acre of anything in this place.
Yeah, I couldn't be dealing with that.
Hmm.
It's a scary place, you Londoners.
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 Okay, now do you want to talk about why England's the best place in the world? Great Britain.
Yes, yes. I mean, other places have probably got these statistics as well, but we don't care about other places.
Oh no, we don't care. We don't care. These are our statistics, ladies and gents. If you're trying to find it, well, I say ladies,
It's
but no,
UK,
just
by the way.
gents.
UK, not England.
Yeah, UK. That's what I meant. UK.
Yeah.
So, here's a few statistics about the UK. Okay. What we're going to be talking about today is bra sizes. Yes, indeed. Now, in 2010, the bra sizes for the north of the UK. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. That's the north of England, I'm guessing, or Britain. All right, we're going to say the north of England.
North England.
So, north of England in 2010, the average bra size was 34B. The Midlands was 34B. South was 32A. 32A, very small. Scotland was 34B, and Wales was 32C, a pretty high amount for 2010. Then, but only 2 years later, in the year 2012, the North went from 34B to 34DD. The Midlands went from 34B to 34DD.
Oh,
the
yeah.
South went from 32A to 34C. Scotland went from 34B to 36D. And Wales went from 32C to 34E.
Whoa! Jesus Christ! I wasn't paying attention the first time you said that.
No,
one.
you weren't. See, I knew you weren't.
Fuck me.
If breasts were stock, UK stock would be rising. Just
Yeah.
rising.
Big time. Especially
We're on a
Wales,
roll.
man.
Invest in breasts.
The best that t-shirt. T-shirt.
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh,
So this is obviously good news for us because we
Yeah.
live here.
yeah.
For those of you that don't live here, I'm really sorry. Just
Well, I
check
live in
up
the
on your
worst part.
statistics.
I live in the part with the smallest average size.
Same, but I think, well, we by the way, we live in the part.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, just bring up a map of the UK, find London, and tell me it's not on the complete south of that island-looking thing. Just tell me it's
You're
not
in
south.
the south, but you're not a southerner. You're not a southerner.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Look.
Have you heard a Midlands accent before or a Northern accent before?
Just because...
Trust me, I'm a Southerner.
I'm not even going to argue with you because you won't... Look,
If
whatever.
I wasn't a Southerner,
I'm just saying, I don't sound like a southerner.
but you do sound like a Southerner.
I don't.
But you do, though.
Not a true southerner.
What is a true Southerner, please? What kind of accent does a
I
true
know. Actually, I
have?
know one, and I will try and bring him on for next week's podcast.
But explain the accent.
I can't do the accent.
Explain it.
How do you explain an accent?
Name a specific place.
Let me specific. Plymouth.
Plymouth. You're telling me a Plymouth accent is a true Southern accent.
Yeah.
So what is our accent?
What's our accent? Well, one, you don't talk like the majority of people in London, at least not on the podcast anyway.
First of all,
No.
I do.
Bullshit.
The way I speak, my accent,
Bullshit.
etc., is exactly like everyone
People
else.
can hear it. Guys, just go back to the last podcast, listen to when he was talking to Rito and the way he finished that conversation with Rito. That's how he talks when I was hanging around in buddy what's it, Eurogamer with you in London, you talk differently then.
I'm confused. In what way?
You go back to your more naturalistic voice, you know?
I don't understand.
Like just the way you talk is different.
You
way
can
as soon as
say
we
the
stop-
same thing over and over again. It's not going to make it any clearer to me. Explain.
I can't explain it any more than that. You just
Different in what way?
what do you mean?
Oh my god. You're saying it's different, right?
Yeah.
But you can't explain how it's different.
How do you... I mean, it's the hardest thing in the world to describe an accent without doing it. Talk like you would if
So
you were on
the
the phone with
accent
Rito.
is different? Or the
Talk like you
pronunciation?
would if you were on the phone with Rito.
What?
Just talk.
So wait, I don't understand what. I don't understand because the way I was talking to Rita was the exact way I talk to
No.
everyone.
All right, look. You remember when I was saying to you that I can still hear that hint of kind of inner London in you?
Yeah.
That comes out more when I'm with you in real life.
If you're talking about slang, that just doesn't count.
Bullshit. That so
It
counts.
doesn't
Not just slang,
count.
but the way you articulate and the way you say words in general changes.
That's purely because there's certain slang words or certain ways that words are said in London, communally, that
Yeah.
people won't understand unless
Exactly.
they live
Exactly.
in London.
The same with other areas in the UK, isn't it? North, South, Central, Midland, whatever.
Exactly. So what's your point?
Bloody
Just
hell.
because the London accent is different
I've already made
doesn't
my
mean
point.
it's not a Southern accent.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Really? You're an
So
utter.
what? So just explain to me what accent we have right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Ah, Jesus.
What accent is this? It's not Southern. It's definitely not Midlands.
No.
Definitely not Northern. So
No.
what is it?
I'm not sure.
Exactly.
But this isn't how either of us talk in
This is
just
what a Southern
day-to-day
accent
conversation.
sounds like.
This isn't how either of us talk in just day-to-day conversation, though, is it?
This is similar to how I talk in day-to-day
It's
conversation.
I'll give you that. Yours is probably closer than mine, but it's
I don't know about that. I think yours is pretty much identical. Except,
really.
well,
And the
there's
people
slight
who,
differences, but not in pronunciation or use of words or anything like that.
the people who know me say I sound very different on here.
You sure that's
Both-
not because it's just a recording?
No.
Well, I have no idea then. Absolutely no idea. All I'm saying is I live in the South. I have what everyone else considers a Southern accent. It's just you.
Look,
Because in the Midlands, they're all, have a look, book, read a book.
that's the worst accent I've ever heard. That's not.
That's literally, yeah. That was
No, it's
that was
not.
Stoke.
No.
That was Stoke specifically. That was Stoke. And then you've got Birmingham, which I'm not even going to try.
No.
And you've got, what else is in the Midlands? Is Liverpool's not the Midlands, is it?
No, so you're getting more northern.
Yeah, that's basic. And Manchester's above Liverpool. So that's more northern.
Yeah. Yorkshire is where you get properly north, though.
Oh, yeah, that's another level. That is a northern accent. Because I think Liverpool and Manchester have Liverpudlian accents and Mancunian
Yeah, they
accents.
have their own accents. To be fair.
Yeah, because they're very
This is what I
different
will
to anything
say.
else.
My accent is specific. Here's the thing: even my friends say my accent doesn't actually suit where I'm from, but I don't know. Here's the thing: I have friends who say I sound Australian. Now, to me, that's bonkers. Now, if you listen to me enough, yes, I occasionally stuff will come out in a slightly Australian sort of way, but
Australian.
yeah, I suppose kind of like just how Bunny sort of said it. But
That's what you just said, Australian. But you said an Australian accent. Which is hilarious, by the way.
no,
I promise you.
really?
You literally said Australian. Just watch it back. Just watch it back.
Okay.
Everyone skip back now.
All right.
tell.
But yeah, my accent's very odd because you got to remember I've lived in Scotland, I've lived in the Midlands and in the South, and I've had a lot of time abroad in Australia. So my accent's just is a mosh pit of shizer. So don't take me as an example. Bunny's pretty representative for some of London, but not the most of it.
I get told South African daily.
Yeah, well,
But I think it's because of my actual choice of words rather than my accent. Because I say stuff like no worries.
yeah, I say no worries a lot as well.
And I think that's where people are picking it up from. Because I use words that
No,
aren't
no
common
worries
for us.
is quite an Australian thing as well.
It is,
and
yeah,
and South African. Oh, yeah, they
Definitely,
both do
yeah.
that quite a bit.
So I think it's more to do with the language I use rather than
But no, yeah,
the accent.
yeah. So, when I'm in Australia, the Australians say that I sound very, very English, because to them I do. But
Well,
then
yeah,
when
obviously.
I go on the phone and talk to somebody back in the UK, they say, "Wow, you sound so Australian."
Australian.
So I'll do it again.
Yeah, you did it twice there in that sentence. You said Australia
Well,
and
it just
Australian. Technically, it makes sense.
yeah, I suppose, it makes
Technically,
sense.
it does make sense because the way that the Australians say it is the correct way to say it.
I suppose, yeah. Interesting. I've got no idea where we're going with this. I mean, to me, this is an Australian accent. Oh, mate, how you doing?
Yeah, that's Australian.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
I mean, this is Australian. It depends. You can go West Coast, East Coast. The way I remember how to do the East Coast one is I say the word knife. On the East Coast, they say knife. Like that. They say knife. You got a knife? On the West Coast, they say, have you got a knife?
No.
Knife. Pretty much. Whereas on the East Coast, you got knife. Not knife.
Where the hell has this conversation gone?
I don't know.
My accent is a southern accent. Fuck you.
How you doing, mate? You got a knife? I
Please
haven't.
stop this.
How am I going to skin this kangaroo now?
Oh, God, I've turned it to you. I'm hearing voices.
Where were we going with this? Anyway, there was no point to any of this conversation. We got distracted, but yeah, we live in the area with the smallest brass size, was where this all originated from. In the UK, anyway, in the UK. But yeah, Wales has got it going on.
Wales. No, I think we in the south, me and you, we we have it best. Because I was saying to you before I even checked up on this, I think the C's are the nicest. The C's are the nicest. D's can be a bit too much.
They can't. E is certainly out there, but
E is far too much.
yeah.
I've experienced D's and E's before. What they say is true. Anything more than a handful is a waste.
I'll be honest. When you start to get into double D's, 90% of the time it's because they're fat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very
It's
true.
Just, that's that. I mean, the truth has been spoken.
It is. Most of the time, that is definitely the case. You do get the odd exception.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look right.
Mm-hmm. Anything more than a handful is too much. Yeah, I like that. That's I'm gonna stick with that.
Hell yeah.
But,
That's why I believe 34C is perfect.
yeah, let's go with that.
I can't believe that's average though. I feel like I don't see that many girls with C size and above, and yet apparently it's the average.
Well, we live in the south, so we don't see much of C and above, do we? Technically, for us, we shouldn't be anyway.
What are you talking about? The average now, or the average in 2012, and it was only on the rise, was 34C.
Yeah, exactly. And you just said you don't often see much bigger than that, which would make sense.
I said I don't particularly see anyone with C's or above.
Oh, really? Okay.
Considering C's are average, that's...
No, I do. That seems about right for me in my area.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I need to pop up to where you're at. /down.
Yeah. Across. Diagonal.
Diagonal down, though, right?
Yes, of course.
You southern shandy drinking bastard.
Oh. Well.
Fuck you, southern fairies.
That's the thing. Where do you consider yourself from? Do you consider yourself, a Londoner?
Of course.
Okay.
It's where I was raised. It's who I am. But it's a tough question because I consider myself a Londoner, but I'm not from London.
You've also got a bit of Irish in you, though.
A bit. I'm full Irish.
Exactly. Well, but, I mean, you're a Londoner, but you're Irish, though, so...
pretty much. I am a Londoner, but I am from Ireland. That's the way I look at it.
Were you actually born in Northern Ireland?
What did you just say?
Southern Ireland. Southern Ireland? Northern Ireland? I'm not sure. Where?
Let's quiz you. I'm from Cork.
Okay, Southern Ireland.
Are you sure?
No, the Republic, right?
You want to double check that?
I fuck knows. I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm pretty sure you're from the UK though, right? So
You sure?
don't
You sure about that?
fuck with me. Is it the Republic of Ireland? Yes or no?
Of course, it's the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah. I thought it was.
Yeet.
God. So you're not even British.
Technically, no.
Ah!
What the hell was that noise for?
I don't know. It's just like a weird Chewbacca thing. But I know
I feel like I've been exposed for something.
Yeah. No, get out. That's what you need to do right now. Pack your bags. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's interesting. But how long did you live there for?
How long? What?
How long did you live there for?
Not long. Not long at all. Like,
So I suppose you're more of a
total. I've lived there maybe a year.
yeah. So you're more of a Londoner then, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah,
That's
for
why
me,
I have this accent rather than a diddly accent.
yeah. But for me, yeah, I guess I don't know. I'd say I'm pretty Scottish as well. That's like I had a lot of time up there.
That's a shame.
A lot of heritage from up there as well. Why is that a shame?
Well, it's it's
No wonder they want independence.
it's Scotland.
Oh, you're giving them the same treatment they're giving us.
Exactly.
I see.
Precisely.
I see.
This is going to be the one time an Englishman says, "Fuck those Scottish bastards."
Yeah.
Although that's pretty much a catchphrase in Scotland when they're talking about England.
Yeah. That's true. They do like to just, even though my dad's not for Scottish independence, he does say this to me occasionally. He goes, son, I'm really quite proud of you, of all you've managed to achieve. And I'm like, what do you mean of all I've managed to achieve? And he's like, yeah, you don't struggle in school and stuff. And I'm like, why would I struggle in school? He goes, well, you're English, Despite all your disabilities, you've pushed on and you've been like a normal kid. I'm like, oh, fuck you, Dad.
That is crazy.
Yeah, he doesn't mean it, obviously, but,
He does. Bastard.
Yeah, he means it. Kill him.
Get him. Sweaty sock.
What?
What? He's from Sweaty Sockland.
Oh, right, I see.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you have any other particular topics?
No.
For God's sake, James.
Well,
All right, I have a would you rather.
thank you.
Would you rather? And by the way, this doesn't make any sense logistically, but let's just say somehow these were the two options, okay?
Okay.
Would you rather never experience a relationship with a woman ever again, or a man, or anything, whatever you're into? You guys can ask yourself this at home. But never experience a relationship with a woman again, or never have children.
Oh my. Well, I would have to do the first one for the second one to happen, but it'd be the last time, though, right? I suppose it would just for the sake of the question, it would have to be, wouldn't it?
I think for the sake of the question, it's literally you find a suitable egg donor. We'll say that. It can't be intercourse.
Oh man, that's different. Everybody, you're entitled to your own opinion, but I'm a bit funny if that was how I'd want to have a child.
Yeah, makes sense. But just, okay, for the sake of the question, let's just say there is no means to having children.
There's already a bun in the oven. Let's just say something like that.
No, I don't want to make anything too specific. Your options are
okay. All right,
never be in a
I'll
relationship
just
with
go.
a woman,
All
never
right.
have children. What's more important?
Oh man.
It's a toughie, isn't it?
That is genuinely. I think I'm gonna have to go with the child though.
As in, never have children, or
No. Sorry. Yeah, never have a relationship with a female again.
I think it's the same. I think it's. I am surprised though that at your age you also agree with me.
It's important to me, If that's one of the things that terrifies me in life is the thought of not being able to do that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys can get at what I'm saying without me having to actually say the word, but does it ever worry you that you might be? I mean, because you never really know, do you, until it's either happened. You know, because it's not something you just go and check.
Okay. Listen to me for a second. I heard some cryptic shit in that sentence, and I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't understand why it's a big secret.
Oh, what, just being infertile?
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. So I was right. Okay.
Yeah,
It sounded like it might have been. I might have just been completely wrong.
No. That's exactly what I was talking about. But does that scare you?
It does.
Frightens
It does
me
a lot.
so
Purely
much.
because I don't know about you, but I am the only male.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's basically it.
Yeah. So in terms of
I
carrying
can't
on the
have kids-
name,
yeah, precisely.
it's quite a big
So
deal
we're in
to me.
similar situations. I think for us, it's the children is slightly more important then because
Yeah.
it's choosing between you enjoying a relationship with a woman or you keeping the family name going, and that's a big thing. That's a huge thing. Whereas if you've got loads of brothers all with the same surname, then your choice might be a bit different. But for us, I don't think you even have a choice. It's really a responsibility.
Yeah, it's quite important to me that that my name does go on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I suppose it'd have to be that.
It has to be 100%.
Man, well, if you had a girl, that'd screw you over. Well, I suppose just I don't know, keep doing whatever this weird method of getting a baby is without intercourse. I don't know, maybe Tesco's, whatever it is. But no, I want to have, a child that is a part of me. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
feel like there's nothing. I feel like that is the biggest thing you can do in life.
It is. It definitely is. And in fact, it's pretty much the meaning of life.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. And I think without that, I feel like then I'm almost just waiting for death. I'm just doing shit until I die. Whereas if you have a kid, you're doing shit to make stuff as good for them before you die, so their life is going to be good. I don't feel like it's so final then.
Yeah, that's
way.
very.
It gives me comfort. I could die. I could. Have you ever thought about this? What to you would be a good time for you to die? Because I tell you what, it's hard for me. Even in my head, I'm like, if I was on top of a mountain and I was looking at the most beautiful scenery in the world, and I slowly drifted off painlessly, would I be happy with that death? Even though I'm like 70, would that? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, that should be, but for some reason, maybe it's just because I'm so young and I don't feel like I've experienced life, and by then I will do. But
yeah,
to me, it doesn't seem, what is a good enough ending for the end of end, We're back. Sorry about that, guys. Slight PC issues there. Where were we?
I believe we were talking about the perfect way to die.
Yeah.
Nice and friendly.
I love that because I'm pretty sure the last words that that bit crashed out on us there was, what is something that is so perfect for something to be so finally final, and it just fucking cut. We could have just left that as the end there, but
could have done, but it wasn't neat and tidy enough.
No. I feel like it's hard to achieve that, but I feel like if you had children, then you could do it. I feel like then I could feel satisfied with an ending.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I think I was thinking about it when the call dropped off. I think that the perfect situation for me to pass away, well, for me at least, the best way I think passing away would be with positive energy from everyone. People recognizing that you did a lot of good things with your life and understanding that what's about to happen, you passing into, obviously, death essentially, is going to be a tragic thing for the world. That would be a great situation. Also, the family has to be there. I need to have family. I need to have created a family, created life for me to be truly happy there. Yeah. And also, I wouldn't mind listening to some music on the way out. Probably some Woodkid, because it's closest to the sound of God I've ever heard.
I want Bohemian Rhapsody as I go.
Your joke.
No, I'm not. It's a big part of my life. That song,
It's an amazing song, but I don't know.
I know. I'm not
It's a
looking for a
song to
song which
die
is great
to.
to go out by. I'm looking for a song which I'm going to be singing along to, in my last breath. So that's what that song gives me.
Oh man. Galileo. And then you just fade away.
Put a gun against his head. Pull my trigger. Now he's beep.
That would just be the least cool thing. Because you have to worry about your
Dude,
last words as well, don't you?
My last words.
Your last words are going to be lyrics.
My last words will be said. My last word to any human will be said in health. Before I get to a point where anything I say is going to be crooked and almost unsayable.
So you're going to just stop talking?
Yeah. My last words, the last time that if I'm 100% sure I'm going, like you said, I want to talk to the whole family. I want to do it one by one. I don't want to talk to them all at once. I want to, just, if anything, I don't want to die in hospital, that's one, but I feel like that's probably going to happen. That's
Well, I don't know. Hospital isn't the top place where people die, is it?
Is it? Is it not?
It's one's the toilet, one is bed.
That's horrible. Okay, but no, I don't want to die in my bed either.
Really?
I'd make selling the house really awkward.
It happens.
Yes, but I would want. I want to, like I said, I want to die looking at something pretty awesome. But if I know I'm going, and I know I only have 2 weeks left, and by the end of that 2 weeks, a week in, I'm not gonna be able to walk. 2 weeks in, I'm gonna be paralyzed, pretty much, barely talk, barely walk, and just drift off into nothing. So, before it gets to that stage, I want to have my final words with the family, say goodbye, and then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave them. I don't want to see them. I don't want them to see me actually die.
But you risk there being no closure.
No, that's why I talk to them all first. That gives it some. Look, even when you see somebody dying, it's still hard to get that closure. I know it is. It's even sat there with a family member in hospital when cancer or whatever finally takes them. Getting closure on it is still so hard. It's a hard thing to do. So, oh shit, you still hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's. But yeah, I just want the last time they see me to be is in good health. So, at least when they think of me, however they choose to think of me, if they choose to think I've gone to heaven, or if they, if they think I've just gone into nothingness, at least the last time they saw me, and the memory they'll have of me is, it's one where I'm healthy.
You see, if I had
everybody
2
wants something
weeks
different.
to live,
Everyone's
there'd
something different.
There'd be a number of things I'd do. I mean, first of all...
No, you have 2 weeks to die. That's the way I look at it. You have 2 weeks to just drift into a vegetable state and die.
Yeah. But, I mean,
it's not like you have 2 weeks left to go and fucking see the 7 wonders, That's
Oh,
just
yeah,
not
no.
that's going to happen.
I mean, like, literally, even if I had a day of good health left, I would, first of all, record a YouTube video. And schedule upload that shit to scare the shit out of everyone. I'd make a video being like, just kidding, I'm not actually dead. And then be like, no, I am really dead. I'd have to do it.
Do you know what? Yeah, that'd be kind of a... Dude, whichever one of us dies first, we need to do a podcast X and then upload it after the other person's died, That'd be... I feel like some people that might sound like a horrible thing, but no, I think that'd be quite...
I think that's nice.
To have words even once you've passed.
Oh, yeah, that's something I was thinking about with YouTube as well. I love the fact that I have videos on YouTube. Yeah. Because heaven forbid something should happen to me. There's unlimited amounts of shit that people can go to. They can look at videos of me, like me physically. They can listen to my voice. I've had a few videos where I just talk about my feelings and
Mm-hmm.
try to inspire people and stuff like that. And I feel like it's quite a nice thing to leave behind, really,
Yeah.
because it's always going to be there.
I will. I must say, the day I have kids, I'm not letting them listen to Podcast X until I then do pass. Literally on my deathbed, I will give them the URL and they can go through them,
You'll give them the keys to the kingdom.
and they will know the young man I once was.
Yes. So, children of James, if you're listening to this right now,
Isn't it scary that one day?
that's terrifying.
Isn't it scary that one day I might actually be, 60, 70, and literally my 30-year-old kids could be listening to this right now, and yours, and yours.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
It's out there, isn't it? It's out there.
If one of my kids is
And I
listening
don't
to
doubt
this
it.
right
I don't
now,
doubt it. I think it will happen.
I think it might. It might. It depends on YouTube, though. It does depend on YouTube.
Yeah, that may.
If
But
they keep going in the
I have
direction they're going.
I have the hard copies. I have the hard copies.
Yeah, I also have most of the hard copies. That's the thing I wanted to do. I want to just go back through all of my YouTube videos and download them all to something.
Yeah.
Because can you still download directly from your YouTube? Because I know you used to be able to do that.
I'm not sure. I mean, I have a good YouTube downloader anyway. But yeah, I have all the hard copies and stuff of every Podcast X, and yeah, they'll be put on every computer I own until the day I die.
Awesome. And shit. Oh yeah, have you seen YouTube recently?
Yeah, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it changed again, and I don't fully understand what's happened.
It makes things a little bit wishy-washier each time, but oh well.
It's a bit weirder, and I
is.
hate to say it, but I really do hate to say it. First of all, you know the inbox that's still on YouTube.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
No, that I completely agree with that. I don't even use it anymore.
When I say it doesn't work, I mean it physically does not work. If you comment on one of my videos, it's not coming up in my inbox. I can go to the comment section of my inbox, it won't be there.
It's true. Yeah.
Which is annoying, because I'll go back to one of my old videos to check up on how it's doing, and I'll see comments that I haven't seen and haven't responded to.
Yeah.
But then I've realized it's all on Google Plus now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, everything's on
Oh.
Google Plus. So I found this out today.
God damn.
I went on Google Plus just because I was like, what the hell is this thing? What is it? Clicked on it, and it had every notification that I had wanted for the past few months. And I hate to say it, but now I'm going to have to be using Google Plus.
Jeebus Christ. Jeebus
stresses
Christ.
me
God
out.
damn. Wow.
Google. I hate them. I used to love them. I really did. I used to love Google because I like business. So I used to respect them as a company. But they just seem to just be full of idiots now. I don't know. Smart businessmen, but they just have no idea what the consumer wants.
Dude, Google, you should hire me. Hire me and Bunny. We know what the people want.
We know what all of the people want. It's simplicity.
Stop asking marketing experts what the people want and ask the people.
Yeah, that could be an idea.
Put out a bloody survey, which means the next time people sign into YouTube, it asks them. Give them a variety of different layouts and then do a poll. Let them vote. That's the easiest thing in the world. If you have the programmers to change the layout of YouTube every other week, then you have got the programmers to do that tiny thing.
Mm. Also, fix your sub boxes. Fix them. Because I didn't know this was a problem. When people were talking about sub boxes, I thought it meant that when someone uploads a video, that video then comes up on their essential YouTube news feed.
Yeah.
I thought the problem with the sub boxes was that those videos weren't coming up.
No.
What I didn't realize is that if I go through all of my channels that I'm subscribed to now, a lot of them are just not there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I'll check it one day and KYR Speedy will not be on the list. So I'll type in his channel name manually. His channel comes up and it says subscribed in the top right, but he's not in my subscribed channels list.
I get the same thing, but with Ray William Johnson. And his uploads, I know he doesn't upload anymore, but especially towards like the last 6 months of him uploading, his uploads was, I don't know why, it just seemed to be with him for me, but his uploads would never come through at the right time.
Also, when you say he doesn't upload anymore, what do you mean?
He's kind of stopped with his equals 3.
See, now here's how I know the sub boxes are broken, because he's not stopped equals 3.
Hasn't he?
No. I watched
I swear to God,
his most recent Equals 3 now.
But there's no more of them.
There's loads of them. They've been coming
I
out. I've been
haven't seen
watching them
any.
every time they've come out.
I haven't seen any.
As far as I'm concerned, it was business as
Okay,
as
this
usual.
is how you know the sub boxes are messed up.
Yeah,
Is the
it's
fact that
completely
genuinely for
broken.
me, he just stopped uploading 6 months ago. I just thought he had completely gone to this podcast thing on his other channel because his normal channel just doesn't work for me anymore.
Yeah, that's ridiculous because
Sort
I've been
your shit
watching
out,
it the whole
YouTube.
time.
I mean, this is a business for a lot of people now.
Do you actually watch Runaway Thoughts?
No.
I've started watching it. And I hate to say it, but I feel like Ray William Johnson himself is a bit of a dick.
Really?
Yeah, not a huge, not someone you couldn't get on with, but he seems to be. See, it's so hard to say because I really like the guy. I do. I love his content, everything about him. I've always loved his channel, and I do love his podcast as well, the Runaway Thoughts podcast. But the impression I get from him is that he's a hipster almost. His opinion on everything it has to be different to everyone else's opinion. And I don't particularly like people like that.
Some people are just like that, yeah. I don't know. I'd maybe have to watch a couple. Well, I briefly watched one, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the podcast where they're just both sat there with mics in front of them staring at you the whole time.
Yeah, I much prefer when there's some nice piece of artwork that people can just enjoy.
Yeah. I like the GTA 5 styled ones.
I do.
Well.
Those are, in
They
my
work
opinion,
well.
those are the best ones.
Yeah. And especially too with like the two the two Brit guys talking. I like those ones.
Those ones are the higher quality podcasts. But obviously, not everyone can pull off such a high quality podcast.
No.
It's ridiculous to expect that of everyone. But
oh yeah,
they're out there.
I'll tell you one of the things I love about Podcast X is I actually feel like we actually have pretty damn good audio.
We do, actually. But considering how early it is in Podcast X, we've started on a pretty good level.
Yeah. You know, I mean, very rarely, I think, do you ever come across a part of... I mean, there have been parts before where I might have accidentally got too far away from the mic or it was very late or early or whatever, but just like... I swear to God, you've never heard static or anything like that from us, you know?
Yeah. The one thing I will say, Mr. James, you might need to raise the volume slightly.
Of me?
Of the entire podcast.
Yeah, do you know what yeah, that is true. That is true. They do tend to come out quite quiet. And,
so only sometimes, though.
Recently, I have actually been making them louder.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. It's just I went back and watched a few older ones, and I noticed the difference between the video I was just watching.
I do apologize. Like, the only reason that happened, by the way, guys, is because when I listen to this thing, I listen to it through surround sound speakers, and just everything's louder than it is normally anyway. And then when I listen to it through headphones, I'm like, oh, that's really quiet. But that comes back to the whole having to use a reference headset stuff because
of course,
I hear things differently to you guys.
And it's always tough because I imagine a reference headset is completely different to actually just listening to something on the speakers, which I'm assuming a lot of people do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then it just depends on what kind of speaker system you've got, whether or not the sound quality is going to be good or bad. Because, for example, if I try to listen to stuff through the speakers on this stupid little screen, I won't hear a single word anyone says.
Yeah. But no, I listen to it through surround sound speakers, so, you know, the bass of our voices comes through quite nicely and stuff like that. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
Yep. That's the thing.
How far are we into the podcast, Mr. James?
We must be 2 hours-ish. Close to it. I'm not sure. But I think we might actually have to wrap up soon.
Yeah, I know. I know you had plans today. You know, you got to go and, you know.
Not my plans.
You know, you got to, you know. You know.
And business to attend to.
Yeah, exactly. Business to attend to. You need to basically check if you truly are impotent. Wait, what? Who said that?
Wow.
Who said that?
Did you hear that? That was extreme, you know. That was nearly quite on the cut out the uterus level.
No, it was not. It wasn't anywhere near.
Well,
If I'd said something along the lines of, "Yeah, you need to go and stick your penis in a woman," that would be the same level. That would be the exact same level.
Well, I can definitely not show this to
Oh yeah.
anybody.
Well, this isn't the grandmother podcast X anyway.
Sorry. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
This is just your future kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God! For all we know.
No! Don't
go-
say it. Don't. I know
Yes.
exactly what you're saying. No, that's not what's happening.
To be honest, you haven't even actually told me exactly where you're going. I'm just assuming it's a woman. That's what
It
I've
is,
just
well,
decided it is. So.
Obviously, yeah. But
Oh, so it is.
yeah.
Perfect. Anything planned for this rendezvous?
Well,
Are you gonna watch a film?
yes.
You are gonna watch a film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. Nookie. Guaranteed nookie. If there's one thing I've learnt in my time on this earth, it's that if you're with a girl watching a film,
Yeah.
you never finish watching.
Not in the cinema though.
Okay,
Unlike
that's
some people.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, cinema's different. Okay, there's
No,
many
you-
times when
you-
you finish watching the film in the cinema. But if you're at home watching a film, for me at least, I've seen half of about 1,000 movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
think
can't disagree with that. That's yeah. That would be my advice out there to people as well. You know, you're struggling to get anywhere with your girl, just watch a film at home. on your
chuck a
own.
film
On
on,
your
get
own.
cozy on the sofa, make sure it's dark outside,
Yeah.
and things will just happen.
Yeah. Very true.
You must be of age, though.
Yes. If UK 16, not UK, then whatever it is
15.
where you are.
What is the legal age? Is it 18? It's 18, isn't it, in America?
Yeah. Yeah. That's everything. I mean, the alcohol, everything's later for them.
It is, yeah. I kind of feel sorry for them.
Europe's an early learner anyway.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, in most places, I think in the Vatican, it's like no age limit at all.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Yeah,
James?
there is genuinely no age limit in the Vatican.
Really? That's what you just said.
Dude, Google it. That's an actual fact. I'm not just bullshitting you. In Italy, it's pretty young. I think it's like 14.
Yeah, I think in Amsterdam it might be 14 as well.
Yeah. I think 14's a bit...
14's a bit...
I mean, 16 makes sense.
16 I understand, but
look at
even
most 16-year-olds, you're like, yeah,
that-
that makes sense.
I think 17 would be
Yeah.
best, personally.
Well, fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, you're an exception to the rule. Most 16-year-olds are idiots. Like, most of them are. They have no idea what they're doing.
Hey, look, we're not implying anything, by the way, guys. We're just laying out facts.
I'm saying most. Most.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all. Obviously, James here. I don't know. How old is Walter?
Well, he's doing a degree, isn't he?
Does he age?
No, exactly. Oh, he was there when when the Leaning Tower of Pisa wasn't leaning, so...
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Take that as you will.
And he was there for the Big Bang as well, so I guess...
He made it the Big Bang.
Yeah, true, yeah. Yeah, so I suppose he's got to be a couple of million years old, actually.
Billion, maybe. Billion.
Unless you're religious, in which case he's 2,000 years old. That's about it.
Depends which religion as well. Some religions
Yeah.
only go back 300 years. That, to me, is like the biggest...
Like what? Scientology? Like
I don't understand how. It's like we have photographs older than that. How can you... Well, close to that, but... Really? Those people... Did you see that Bill Nye the Science Guy versus the Scientologist guy or whatever?
I didn't know.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, it was a what guy? Science guy.
No. Bill Nye the Science Guy was the science guy.
Oh,
He's a scientist.
Bill who?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Versus someone in Scientology.
I think is Scientology that weird religion that goes back 2,000 years? I'm not sure.
Scientology is that one where they believe that honestly, I don't even know. It's the crazy one that Tom Cruise is.
Yeah, well, there you go. he basically said that the interviewer, he asked both of them, what would it take for you to switch your faith, what you believe in? And the Scientology guy said, nothing, absolutely nothing that could change my mind. Which, first of all, when you say that, you've just completely eliminated your view as having any kind of respectability at all. When you say there's nothing that could possibly change your mind. And Bill Nye the Science Guy said, just show me one piece of evidence to support your claim. And the other guy was saying about how, the Bible's his evidence and stuff, but...
Hold on a second. You're not talking about Scientology.
No, I don't think it's Scientology. I can't actually... It's definitely not Scientology now I think about it.
Pretty sure it's just, like, a...
It wasn't just
Christian, like
no,
heavy Christian. I thought it was.
No.
Because I've heard this before. Probably.
I'm not sure. Whatever the guy was, he said he wasn't willing to check... Podcast X facts, okay? And he said he was... This is a thing which Walter's already picked up on. Occasionally we make mistakes. That happens, okay?
Like when we talk about evolution.
No.
Did you look that up?
Look, what up?
The evolution thing we were talking about.
What about it?
Really, James?
I've lost you.
Do you remember that conversation?
No, but I could quite... Okay.
Never mind. Carry on.
The point... Was that recorded or not recorded?
Yeah, recorded. Cool.
Okay. I can't remember what I was saying, but yeah, whenever you ask somebody something and you say, what would change your mind about this? And they say, absolutely nothing. Nothing could ever change my mind, blah, blah, blah. That, I'm sorry, but to me, I have no respect for your opinion whatsoever, because that means you are so intimately fond of your idea that you believe it because you want to be right.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Whereas Bill Nye's response of give me one piece of evidence was a very good point.
Yeah, there's people who pick a direction in life because of certain reasons, and then you've just got fanboys. And fanboys, there's no respect for fanboys.
Yeah. In fact, well, let's what on earth was that?
I dropped a candle.
Okay. Candle.
I dropped a candle.
Let's in fact, let's reenact a fanboy conversation right now. Okay.
Sure. Let's do it.
I'll be the PS4 fanboy in this scenario, and you be the Xbox fanboy.
Go.
And we're gonna be a bit extreme here, but just to show how made up some of the stuff which fanboys would tend to go.
Yeah.
So, who am I? Sony.
Yeah, of course.
Did you know that the PS4 has 12 graphics cards? Did you know that?
Yeah, but did you know that the difference between the PS2 in storage space and the PS4 in storage space was 64,000 times more, and yet the difference between the PS3 and the PS4 was like 4 times more? Why have they not made any significant changes to the system?
The PS4 is made out of diamond.
It doesn't make a difference because it's created by Nazis.
No. The Xbox One was created by Hitler himself.
Jesus Christ played the Xbox One. In fact, I have him on my friends list.
Jesus Christ made the PS4.
Jesus Christ hates the PS4, and he made it for the sinners.
No. Forza 4 was made to test your faith.
It was, and Forza 4 is on the Xbox.
I did the wrong one. But you see where we're going with this. If you're a fanboy, I mean, that's pretty much...
There's just no reason. It's pretty much the idea that your mind will never be changed. You get a lot of fanboys when it comes to consoles. You get a lot of fanboys when it comes to Apple phones.
A lot when it comes to religion.
Yeah, a lot of fanboys in religion. And if you're not willing to listen to the other argument, and there is no chance that you'd be swayed towards the other argument, then your argument itself is it's worth nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because you're not weighing up the pros and cons. You've already made your decision. So why is anyone going to listen to you?
Very true. And I think with that kind of insightful thought, I think we might end it there.
I think it's a good time. A good time to end.
Yeah, this is about one of those episodes where we just kind of talked, basically.
Sounds a lot like many of the other episodes.
No, well, there was less structure to this one than most.
True, true. Although we've had some structure problems in the past, and it usually makes for pretty interesting episodes. Random
Well,
shit comes
yeah,
out.
random stuff. Random.
That definitely happened today.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for sticking around. Something we've never actually said before, but I think maybe we should start saying is don't forget to like and share this thing, Get it out to the
You
world.
sell out.
Yeah.
You sell out.
No, I'm just saying, you shouldn't be selfish and hog us all for yourself.
You thought this was free? You better hit that like button or things are going to happen. To be honest, if you're still here at this point and you can hear us talking right now, you're either one of our kids in the future or you've already liked the video. I mean, generally, if you've made it this far, you've already liked the video. But if you haven't already, hit the like button. It does actually help us out hugely. Also, share it with your friends. If you've got your friends at school who are into podcasts and stuff like that, just let them know because we're always looking to grow the community. Apart from that, is there anything else, Mr. James?
What was the t-shirt quote from today's episode?
Invest in breast.
There we go. Invest in breast, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the one. We need to go back through all of these episodes and actually start making t-shirts.
I need to make a Podcast X wallpaper pack.
Ooh.
That would be pretty cool.
What is a Podcast X wallpaper pack?
It's like a 1080p wallpaper pack, which people can set as their background on their PC. And
That's pretty sick.
And every 2 minutes, you can set it whatever time they want, and it changes wallpapers every so often. You get different Podcast X quotes come up.
That sounds amazing to me.
Yeah, I just came up with that on the spot. I think, but we could literally make that happen so much easier than a t-shirt. But yeah, we'll do both, hopefully.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.